My I've done it. She said will be to me anyway. Hi everyone. Good evening and welcome to our health chat with your one and only midwife Ruby. This evening we are coming to talk about developmental milestone. That's what we are coming to talk about. But before we talk about our main topic for this evening, we'll talk about Casum's baby wipes. We have the pink and we have the blue. When you go to the market, blue and pink doesn't mean a boy and a girl. It means sensitive skin and normal skin. So when you go to the market, to all mother care shops, to Melcom, to any shop that sells baby products, you can get our wipes there. Our wipes are affordable. They are resourceful, I will say that, because it has a wider range. Immediately you take one, it's enough to do the cleaning for you. At the same time, also has a petroleum base, so that when you wipe your baby, you still have petroleum or oil around that area. So that place wouldn't be dry, it wouldn't crack, it wouldn't make the skin so rough. Rather, it will maintain the child's skin and make sure baby is smelling good. Yes, baby always smells good when you use our wipes. So let's go to the market and buy as much as we can because it is affordable. Now, to our main topic for the day, developmental milestone. Yes. So somebody will say, why are we talking about this? We are talking about this today because most of our mothers want to know. Some give birth to girls, some give birth to boys. Others too are fresh moms. Others, they already have two or three already. But they've realized that how the boy grows is different from how the girl grows. So they want to know if there's a problem or there's something wrong with their children. And we are here to delve into it, to discuss, and to share ideas and also share with our friends what we've also learned today. So, developmental milestone, it is the physical behavior signs that indicates the development of your baby. So, it is the physical or behavioral, what you see on that your child is exhibiting from day one your baby is born all the way to 5 years is always crucial because things that your child does says a lot about the child. So we're going to delve into it from 0 to 6 months. What are we expecting to see about our baby? We are expecting baby to move the head. Baby is supposed to nod here and there. At the same time, also, baby is supposed to suckle. Baby is supposed to startle. So startling means in case you close the door and baby does this, it's normal. Baby is able to smile whilst baby is sleeping, it's normal. When baby is sleeping and is chewing, nobody is feeding the baby in the dream. Rather, baby stores milk at the cheeks, both left and right, so that whilst they sleep and they go hungry, they are able to take it. So those signs that we see, it's normal. Baby is able to cry, that is expressing his or her emotions. Baby is able to smile even when baby is feeding. Baby starts crying. It's normal. Baby sweats. It's normal. From 0 to 6 months, we are expecting baby to giggle, to make sounds. At the end of the day, when you are smiling, baby should smile back. Baby should able to put lie down flat with the belly and try and see baby will be crawling. When baby exhibits all these signs, it's telling us that our baby is a normal baby. At the same time, also, we know that some babies immediately they release gas or air, they startle, they even cry. And you ask yourself what is happening. It's all part of the growth because the sound that came, he or she knew this is not normal. So at the end of the day, baby will startle, baby will cry. As a mother or a father, you actually encourage the baby. It's okay, it's normal, it's part of nature. Everybody goes through that stage. And to tell you, everything that you discuss with your baby, you think baby is not responding, baby understands and understands properly. Now, from 6 months to 18 months or 24 months, that is when we are expecting baby should be able to stand, hold on to chairs, baby is able to be taken one step at a time, baby is able to stand, try and mimic people around, baby is able, or the young girl or the young boy is able to walk unaided. I'm going to take this again. So I guess I have to break it down. Yes, my producer says break it down. So we are going to take from 6 months to 9 months. 6 months to 9 months, baby is able to stand or should be able to stand. Hold on to chairs and try and see if he or she can walk. Then some children as early as 8 months or 7 months, nearly they stand. They don't even crawl. They stand and they start walking. So each child is different. So you don't have to compare your children who walked first and who didn't walk first and who is lazy and who is not lazy. No. Every child is special and is unique in their own way. Some children also, by 12 months, still they can't even stand on their feet. They can hold on to chairs or table. By the end of the day, they can't even move their feet. These things that our babies do definitely needs our help. They only need 10% of our help and they have to do 90%. Because at the end of the day, baby needs to develop its motor skills. That is the fine motor, at the same time cognitive, then physical. Baby needs to develop on its own. All the assistance that the baby needs is only 10% from the mother. Then also from 12 months to 18 months, we are saying that baby should be able to walk unaided. But some children can go as between 18 to 24 months. That is 18 months to 2 years, which they still need help to walk. There are some who are slow walkers. It's not that they are lazy, that is their nature. So there are things you can do as a mother to entice your baby by getting his or her favorite toys, colorful plates whilst he's eating on the mat. Instead of you bringing his or her favorite fruit closer, you send it far into the mat by helping the child to crawl and getting closer to pick the fruit. At the same time, also, by the walking, you can also help the child by getting a normal walker back home, the one that looks like a car with the wooden structure. Yes, that is so affordable. The normal one that all of us have used before. By just helping the child is able to hold on to it and start practicing to walk gradually. There are some, no matter how much you try, they are not able to walk. Those children are special children. So, what you need to do is after 2 years, if your child is not showing any sign of crawling, is not showing any sign of getting up or walking, people will tell you, oh, he will walk in a house, we take a long SLI. Please, because the normal norm, the child needs to crawl, the child needs to stand, the child needs to take one step at a time. And by 2 years, your child has done none of them. That should tell you your child needs to see a pediatrician. So you report yourself to your facility. If there's a pediatrician there, they'll refer you. If there is not, a referral will be given to you to see the pediatrician at a facility which is closer to you for you to assess. Assessment to be done, the needed help that needs to be done for your child will be done. Some of the children, it is a congenital problem, others is just nutrition. So, all at the end of the day, the child needs help. So, you need to send the child to the nearby hospitals. Then, also, different ages with children, especially with boys and girls. When we look at our child welfare clinic book, we've realized that where we plot for boys is different from where we plot for girls. Gone are those days you see that there's only one chart for both boys and girls. But we realized, per the research which was done, that every male child developed differently from every female child. That is how come there's a difference between where you plot for boys and where you plot for girls. At the same time, also, when you go for child welfare clinic, at each milestone of the child's life, baby goes through the normal weight. Then it gets to a time they check the height, because the height needs to be equivalent to the weight. We are trying to rule out child obesity, because at the end of the day, when there's child obesity, the child can suffer from kidney, lung diseases. We have children as young as 2 years, 3 years who are diabetic. We have children as young as 2 to 3 years who have heart problem. So all these things we do to rule out so many things and to find out. There are children who have stunted growth, like you realize you give birth to a nice, handsome gentleman or a beautiful girl. 2, 3 years, you realize the child is not growing tall. It's not normal. If the height or the weight stands at one particular place for some time, your child needs to be referred, needs to be assessed, and know what is actually going on. So, all these things are so important about our children. It's not only breastfeeding, it's not giving our children the food that they need, but also we need to monitor their growth pattern, their cognitive ability, their fine motor ability. All these things form a crucial role in the child's life. So we are expecting by 24 months, the child should be able to pronounce two-letter words. That is the ma, ta, sa, da. You see, all those words by 2 years, it should be so easy. By 2 years, the child should be able to say A for apple, B for banana, C for carrot by 2 years. Some children, naturally, their intelligence level are so high. By 9 months, they are able to say the A for apple, B for banana, C for carrot. They are able to say it all the way to Z. So at the end of the day, every child's development is different. Baby A will walk early as 8 months, but wouldn't be able to start pronouncing our two-letter words at 8 months. Or rather start by 18 months. Baby B will walk by 13 months. Immediately baby B works 13 months, baby B is able to pronounce everything, knows everybody who enters the house. So every child is different. There are some 8 months they walk, they they grew up with their intelligence level. Those children are so special. There are others also, they will develop by 2 months, 2 years, then the speech goes away. Those children also are special. Every child is special. Immediately you realize your child is retrograding in speech, that should tell you there is a problem. Because a child you give birth to 1 year is able to call everybody around, knows the name, mention everybody who enters the room, knows the ABCs, is able to sing the ABCs, then the one, two, threes. Baby turns 2 years, or the young girl turns 2 years. Now, young girl is no more talking. Young girl is no more doing anything. No, it's not normal. Definitely, you need to see a pediatrician, and the right help will be given to you and your child, so that the speech will continue to come, the speech wouldn't go away. So I have something I just want to read to my viewers, so that we'll all pay a critical attention to what I'm reading, and we are going to delve into each and every one of it. Said there are things that every child milestone is so important for every child. There are normal ranges which each child's milestone gradually progresses. Now, every child develop at their own pace. You can't force a child to develop the way you want it. No. Rather, as a parent, you need to be patient for your child. Then also, a child can start walking but wouldn't crawl. A child needs children will crawl before they walk. Others wouldn't show any sign of crawling or standing. But one day, by the time you get inside your room, he or she is picking the TV remote to change the channel Whilst at the end of the day, how he or she got there, you don't know, but the child is standing. Every child is different. Then there are major areas that is of development or that is of importance to the child. Those major areas are: one, that is the physical development or growth of the child. So every single month of the child's life, we expect the child to gain either zero point 0.5 or 1 kilogram. Yes, from 0 to 5 years, we are expecting the child to gain zero point 0.5 or 1 kilogram every month, so that the child will be in the normal range. Then also cognitive development. So the cognitive development, baby is able to verbalize 2-letter words after 12 months. 2-letter words: ma, da, sa, ta, la. Oh, they're able to develop all those things. From 12 months going, we're expecting the child to show all these. When the child is showing all these things, that doesn't mean that the child is behaving like an adult. No, that is telling you our child is growing and exhibiting his or her cognitive development. Then emotional development. Emotional development, the child should be able to express him or herself. So child is able to cry, child is able to laugh, child is able to smile, and child is able to wave at anybody who waves at him or her back. By 24 months, our child should be able to exhibit all this. Then social development. The child is able to play with his or her peers, his siblings, his parents. That shows that the child is able to mingle with others. It is very important because any normal child needs to exhibit that. Every child that isolates his or herself, it's not normal. It's not good for the child's development. That tells us there's a problem with the child and the child needs help. Then from 24 months all the way, that is 2 years to 5 months, are language development. From 2 years, from 2-letter words to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. Sorry, by 5 years, our child should be able to pronounce 10-letter words by using his or her phonics. By 4 years, phonics should be flowing. When the child is spelling, the child should be able to use the phonics. The phonics, the teachers will tell you using sounds to spell. So if you know it's a health chart, the child is able to separate the H and E, A and L, and T and H. So the child uses the HE sounds, AL sound, and TH sound to spell the health. That is phonics, yes. Maybe you watching me during our time, we don't know what phonics is, but that is the latest development to help children to know how to pronounce words and how to spell words, which makes it easier for them themselves to do it by themselves. Not when A for apple, fine, then we are spelling the apple. But this time they combine 2-letter words using the sound for them to spell the words. So by 5 years, your child should be able to spell his or her name. That is by 5 years. Verbalizing it, spelling his or her name fully by 5 years. Able to express him or herself. How are you? I'm fine. How old are you? I'm 5 years. Should be able. And by that time, the child is a toddler, so he or she should be in school. Then also the fine motor reflex. That is the cognitive ability to write. It all starts from 2 years. They start scribbling on the wall. Merely you stop the child, it delays his or her writing ability. So if you don't want your wall to be all messed up, which all of us have done it before, you should get a board, which the children don't like the board because the board is too small for them. They prefer the bigger board, that is the walls. And they'll be scribbling here and there, and they'll be learning to write the one, two, and threes, and the fours, and the A and the B's and the C's. All these things are good because as a baby is able to grasp. That's why when you put your hand in his or her palm, the child is able to hold on to it. That is grasping reflex. So it starts as a toddler. The child starts at a very young age to grasp. So whilst growing, it's so easy for him or her to grasp onto the crayon, to grasp onto the pencil, so that they will be able to scribble and write. So let's encourage our children when they come back from school and they give them homework to do it. We shouldn't color for them. Rather, we should give them the crayons themselves. How they color it, even if they give them a square for them to color, even when they color outside the box, it gives the teacher the fair idea of who the child is and what the child's capability is. So they, as teachers, will work on it so that gradually the child will be able to color inside the box. Then also, when to talk to your provider. I've said all these things. Your child is not able to exhibit any of them. That is telling you there's a problem. Any of them. So you need to talk to a provider, a health trained provider. So it could be your midwife, it could be your nurse, it could be your family doctor, it could be a pediatrician. It depends where you find yourself. And let them know that I have a child, he or she is 2 years. My child hasn't walked. My child has not even said ma before. My child doesn't giggle. My child doesn't laugh. My child is not able to even hold on to my finger. My child is just lying down. These are some of the problems I see. As soon as possible, help will be given. When you keep it to yourself, by the time you get to the hospital, it will be too late. The earlier, the better. Then also, we have the developmental services that is being given to children in Ghana. A facility like Greater Accra Regional Hospital, when you go there, there are doctors there who offer speech therapy, at the same time physical therapy. Then developmental preschool also may be recommended. So sending your child to school very early is very good. By 1 year, your child should be in school. If you have the means, by 1 year, the child should be in school because the child will mingle with other children. The child will learn how to talk. Even if the child is a slow walker, everybody's walking in the class, he or she will be forced to walk. He or she will learn the songs that the teacher will sing in the class, even if the words are not clear. The child will mimic the sound. The child will be dancing along. The child will know that it's good to mingle, it's good to walk, it's good to express yourself. So, those are the things that, as a midwife sitting in front of you, will recommend. It's best we send our children to school early. That helps in their developmental phase. Then we have 5 stages of the child. The first one is when your child is born, that is the newborn. Then we have the infant, the toddler, preschool, and school going age. So the school going age is 6 years. We're expecting by 6 years your child should be in grade 1. So preschool starts from 3 years all the way to 5 years. So preschool means before the child gets to school going age, the child should be able to read, write, express him or herself. So preschool prepares the child for grade one. Then preschool also prepares the child to color in boxes. The child is able to know where to move from left to right, to know the traffic light, red means stop, green means go. They are able to also express, I don't want this, I love this, I don't like it. Mommy, you are pretty. Mommy, I like your dress. By 5 years, your child should be able to express, hello, Ophelia. Ophelia, you know, one of these days, you are one of my viewers. I would always say thank you because you've been consistent from January to December. You've been there always joining us. And I say thank you for being there for PZ Customs and Midwife Ruby. So, good evening, Midwife Ruby. My 2 month baby is trying to suck her thumb. I am trying to stop her, and I'm being told it is well. I'm being told it is well, not good to stop her. It's not true, Ophelia. You know, when your child sucks the thumb, at the end of the day, baby will stop breastfeeding. Baby will find pleasure in the thumb. So baby will use the thumb as a pacifier. So instead of your child even sleeps, and when your baby wakes up, for him or her to cry and make noise for you to know that, mommy, I'm awake, come and pick me, change my diapers for me. At the same time, I'm hungry because my diapers are wet. You need to breastfeed me. Baby will find solace in the thumb. So baby will never cry. Baby will be sucking the thumb. Then at the end of the day, when you send baby for child welfare clinic, baby's weight will be there. So please remove the thumb from the mouth. It's not a good practice at all. The babies even will introduce germs because other people will be touching their hands. Even though as a mother, some mothers do hand washing for their children when people go away. Others also use our wipes, that is the cousins' baby wipes, to always wipe the hands of their babies when people come and visit and touch them. But I will never recommend any day that you should let your child suck the thumb. It's not a good practice. Aside that, baby's mouth will even smell. At the same time, the thumb will also smell. And that will even hinder so many things because at the end of the day, even the part how the teeth formation, any child who sucks the thumb too much, formation of the teeth when it's coming out, it tilts the teeth. Instead of it going straight, it rather tilts the teeth, one to the left, one to the right. The thumb becomes so small, and the nail bud, you'll be shocked, will even stop growing because too much fixation of the thumb is not good. So I will tell you, Ophelia, please tell them, those people telling you, it's a lie. Let baby stop sucking the thumb. Rather, when you realize, just take the thumb off and put the breast milk or the breast inside baby's mouth and let the baby suck as much he or she can. Okay, when baby is satisfied, there is no way baby will suck a thumb. Ophelia, I hope I have answered your questions. I hope I have. And thank you for watching us every time. Thank you for watching us every time. Thank you for watching us. Okay, good. All right. Then, okay, I would like to continue. So, like I said earlier on, babies, they go through stages. One is newborn. You are always welcome, Ophelia. You're always welcome. newborn infant, toddler, preschool, and school going age. So that is the phase your child should go through. So newborn is when your baby comes out. Then as an infant, from 6 months going, your child is an infant. Toddler is from 1 year going. Then by 2 years, your baby is no more a toddler. Then 2 years, baby will start preschool. Then 6 years, the child is of school going age. That is the normal norm. You don't need to wait for your child to touch the ear before you send your child to school. If that, some of us wouldn't have had the opportunity to school so early and finish so early. No, because some of us don't have that long hands to touch our ears. All you need to know is a newborn, then infant, and then toddler, then school, preschool, then. So 2 years at least, 2 years to 5 years is preschool. If you can't send your child to school at 1 year, by 2 years, your child needs to be in school. Then grade one starts, or school going age is 6 years. Nearly the child hits six. Don't wait for the tooth to come out. Some even as early as 5 years, their tooth, or 5.5, their tooth are already out. Some too, it can go as far as 6.5 before the tooth will come out. So don't wait for the tooth to come out and say, now that you're of age, now I'm sending you to school. No. Merely the child celebrates his 6th birthday, it will be good and prudent to send the child to grade one. Then also, we are saying that there are 5 key areas of development. 5 key areas for every milestone. So the first one is gross motor skills. Gross motor skills. So that is the crawling, the jumping, the skipping, the running. So if you have a child from 9 months all the way to 5 years and they're exhibiting this, it's normal. They need to jump. That is the way of telling you how excited your child is. There are some children, when their food is ready, the antics that they will show from 4 years, the antics that they will be showing because food is ready, you will be shocked. All those things means the child is growing. That doesn't mean the child has a problem. No, every child has his or her way of expressing his way of happiness, sadness, and anxiety. So, as a mother, you should know for your child. Then also, we have the fine motor skills. That is, the child is able to write, scribble, draw. By 5 years, your child should be able to hold a crayon, not pencil, crayon. Yes, crayon. The child should be able to hold the crayon by 5 years. Even 6 years, the child should master the act of using the crayon in a way that when he or she is coloring, it should be sequential. That will help so that by 7 years, when the child starts using pencil, when the child is writing, they wouldn't be dancing on the line. It will be straight and it will be readable. So that's how it is. You'll be shocked by 7, 8, 9, 10. In some countries, even at 10 years, you are still using pencil. You are not using pen because you need to learn to develop. Then when you get to junior high, that's when they allow you to use pen. But back home in Ghana here, in Ghana, what we do is as early as 4 years, grade four, sorry, the child is able to write with a pen. So every country has his way of helping the child to develop the fine motor skill. Then we have speech and language. Then pronunciations. So the speech, language, and pronunciation. There are some children, they can really express themselves, but they can't write what they are expressing. Neither can they even spell what they are expressing. But by 6 years, we are expecting that between 5 to 6 years, the child should be able to express, pronounce, and spell, and construct sentences so that at the end of the day, it will be meaningful for the child. All these things I'm saying, maybe your child is just 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. Just keep this recording and play it along the way whilst your child is growing, because you need it. Because there are things your child will exhibit. You think, oh, this child is behaving like an adult. No, that is the child that you have. There are some children, their IQ are beyond measure. You can't actually explain it. There are some, they are in between. There are some, they are below. You know all these things. It helps you to take care of your child, manage your child, and the help that you need to give your child, you give your child. Then, cognitive and intellectual. Cognitive and intellectual. Cognitive and intellectual, how the child is able to count, how the child is able to read, then how the child is able to pronounce. Earlier on, I spoke about using phonics. Now, that's what they are using to teach most of the children in the schools across the world, not only in Ghana, but every part of the world, because they've realized phonics teaching is the best. Putting two words together to make a sound, it's so easy for the child to spell that particular word, so easy for the child to pronounce that particular word, and so easy for children to construct sentences and express themselves in class. So that even if the child is being given an exams to write, the child doesn't need to just copy and paste what the teacher just said vividly. No, but the child can think around the question, provide an accurate answer, not using the same words the teacher used, but it makes meaning, just like the way the teacher taught him or her in class. Then social and emotional skills, able to mingle with his peers or her peers, able to express him or herself, able to let you know what he or she is going through by expressing, Mommy, I'm sad today. Daddy, I'm not feeling well. Mommy, I want to eat banku and okro today. I don't want to eat jollof rice. You see, the child should be able to express him or herself. The child shouldn't be gullible. No. Any child who is able to express him or herself has that self-confidence, believes in him or herself, knows that everything about him or her is unique and special. She doesn't need anybody to tell him or her that. So let's allow our children to develop that emotional skill at the end of the day, and social skill also. It'll help you as a parent and help you as a mother or a father or a caregiver. Yeah. Then, from all indications, research has shown that girls develop faster than boys. Yes, girls develop faster than boys. Sorry. So if you have a girl child in your home, you have a boy child in your home, your boy child is slow in doing things, the girl child is faster in doing things. That should tell you growth pattern of our girls is different from boys. That's why when we look through our child welfare clinic book, I just want to show you this. I don't know if my cameraman, you see, this is for boys. There is a different place for boys, and there is a different place for girls. Their pattern is different, their growth is different. Everything about our boy child and our girl child is different. So we shouldn't compare our children. Every child is unique, every child is special. So that is what I will tell you today. Unlike before, we know that the plotting was done at one place, but now it's no more like that. Then, from 5 years to 7 years, the child should be able to compose sentences, rattle our home languages, either Twi, Ga, Fanti, Eve, Nzema, Bono, no, Hausa, Frafra, any language, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, Yoruba, any language that the parents speak home. By 7 years, the child should be able to rattle it and understand the language. So if your home and your child is not able to express a local dialect, you should speak more of the local dialect at home and leave the English, the French, the Spanish, the Portuguese for the teachers back in school to do that. It's always best to let the child speak the local dialect. That makes it easy when he or she goes to school to learn the other languages, that is the English, the French, the Chinese, and the Spanish and the Portuguese. It is so easy for the child to grasp those languages. So I'll encourage everybody watching us, let's patronize our Ghanaian language. You can't get it anywhere. Our local languages, our Yoruba in Nigeria, our Twi in Ghana, our Ga in Ghana. We should, our Ewe, our Hausa in Nigeria and Ghana, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Our Nzima, our Bono, our Guan, we shouldn't allow it. We should speak it with the children, let them understand. That makes the child multilingual in our local dialect because it's so important for the child to speak his or her local dialect. Then also, we know that every child develops in a phase. So we have 3 phases of the child. Phase 1 is from the day the child is born all the way to 2 years. That phase of the child is when the child will crawl, the child will walk, the child can dance, listen to music, nod, mimic sound, can wear mommy's shoe, wear daddy's shoe, wear mommy's dress, dance when mommy is dancing in a particular way, when daddy is talking. When the phone rings, they're able to pick and answer your calls and cut the person. Even when you give them the phone and a call comes through, they will cut the call as many times they can because they are watching their own program. But one thing we should know during that phase, we shouldn't let the child be so stuck to screen. That is either our phones or the tablets or the laptops. We should less the screen time for the child. Lesson of screen time for the child is very good because child is able to talk a lot. That is, you engage your child. By engaging the child, at the end of the day, the child is able to express. Child is able to talk early. Child is able to find things early and to put things together to make meaning when you limit screen time. But you realize nowadays, as early as 9 months, because the child is crying and we want our peace of mind, we give our phones, we buy children tablets. I'm not saying it's not good, but limiting it is the best. Screen time, a speech therapist, a psychologist, a pediatrician, a general doctor will tell you, a midwife will tell you, a nurse midwife will also tell you that. A teacher will also tell you when you limit screen time for the child, it helps the child's cognitive ability, that is thinking ability, for the child to think outside the scope. so that when you provide the screen, it makes meaning to the child. You say A for apple, A for apple. Baby sees A because there are a lot of toys which are A. Baby sees the apple. Then baby comes to screen. Then baby sees the A and sees the apple. It makes meaning. So when you verbalize it, baby doesn't see the whole picture. After verbalizing, baby seeing it physical, then on screen, it makes sense. That is, learning has taken place. But when it's screen, 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 it becomes an issue. Even holding a crayon to write, because some of the tablets has a way for the child to use the hand to write the A, to write the B. Now, when you give the crayon to the child to write the A and the B, holding the crayon will become a problem. But when the child goes to school, the child scribbles, come home, design your wall for you so nicely. You give the child pen, paper. The child is able to scribble on the paper. Now, when you give the tablet, because the tablet, they'll give you a demarcation in the box. The child starts scribbling on the tablet. You realize that learning will take place because on the wall, the child will write. The paper, there's limitation. Then more limitation will be on the screen. So it minimizes the child from going outside his or her scope. So phase one is from when the child is born all the way to 2 years. Then phase two, that is from 2 years to 4 years. That is when child is able to express him or herself to the letter. Child is able to write one, yes, try and write the two and the threes all the way to 10. By 5 years, he or she should master the craft. That is phase three of writing A to Z, then 1 to 20 or to 50. There are some children, they are so smart. They can recite the 1, 2, 3s all the way to 100. But when it comes to writing, they can only write up to 20. It's okay. It's normal. Rather, you encourage the child to write more. When you know your child's ability, where he or she falls short, then you can fall on it as a parent to help the child, so that when you even send the child to school and the teacher talks about it, that, oh, madam, father, we know that your child is good in this. We have to work on this. Then, as a parent, you come home, you help your child. Because there are some schools, every month they'll give you your child progress report. The progress report is what the child is able to do for him or herself on his own without assistance. No. So they'll give you what the child is able to do, what the child is not able to do. Then you, as a parent, what you can do to help the child back home. Then the phase three is the 5 years to 6 years, all the way to 7 years. The child should be able to write, express. Child is able to know right, wrong. Then you should correct the child along the way whilst he or she is growing. So these are the three phases we're expecting our children to go through. Then these are the cardinal indications for our children, that is newborn, infant, toddler, preschool, and school-going age. So from 0 to 6 months, I'm taking this over again, 0 to 6 months, the child should be able to sit. The child should be able to identify some people by sound. The child should be able to startle, child should be able to belch, child should be able to giggle. At the same time, also, the child is able to lie flat on the tummy, trying to crawl. Now, from 6 months to 9 months, child should be able to hold a chair and stand and try to see if he or she can move. They will fall on their butt and try and get down again. It's normal. From 9 months to 12 months, child should be able to either crawl, walk, able to identify two colors, that is black or white, able to pronounce two words. The words are ma, ta, sa, da, ta. Those words. Don't think your child is not talking. The child is really talking. When the child says ta, 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 ma, ma, sa, sa, it's normal. At the same time, also, by 12 months, those two milk teeth, two on the top, two on the down, should be in. Some you get only two, some you see three, some you see four, some you even see six. It's normal. And then from 12 months to 24 months, a young girl or young boy should be running, should be crawling, should be jumping, should be sociable, should be mentioning names, and should be able to be making sounds even when they are singing. If he or she can't pronounce the words, he or she will pronounce the words to suit him or her. It's normal. It's normal. So by 2 years, at least our child should be in school. Then from 2 years to 5 years, we're expecting the child to hold the crayon. So you remember I spoke about grasping reflex. So that is when you put your finger in the child's palm as early as 2 months, they are able to hold. They don't want to let go. It's normal. So when the child holds on to the crayon, the child is able to do what he or she can everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. I'm still waiting for your questions. Everywhere. Then limitation will come on a paper. Then the child is able to write and construct sentences by 5 years. The child is able to express his emotions, should be able to mingle with others, should be able to answer questions when he or she is being asked. And the child should be able to tell you his or her preferences as they go along. Then by 6 years, our child should be in grade 1. Reading, writing, able to understand what he or she is being taught. I'd like to say Merry Christmas to all our viewers in advance. Yes, we thank you for being with us from January till now, December. We love you so much. We thank you so much for always joining us every single one. I have some viewers I'm so proud of. Number 1 is Ophelia. Number 2 is Belinda. Number 3 is Bridget. And number 4 is Bernard. These people are always here to support PZ Customs from January all the way to December. Then to Ghana Registered Midwives Association, to all members, we say we love you from PZ Customs Ghana. To my crew, we say we love you. Yes, we say we love you to ourselves. We love everybody. Come next year, hoping the good Lord will give us a good 2025. Will be coming your way with exciting programs, with exciting promos, with lots and lots of goodies that you can't actually think or comprehend, because at the end of the day, we are going to blow your mind. To all our viewers also, we say go to the market. Our products, the baby oil is still booming. Our powder is still booming. Our head to toe wash, which doesn't irritate the eyes of our babies, is still booming. All our products are selling to the notch because it's of high quality. At the same time, also, it's affordable. I'd like to say also thank you to every midwife in Ghana. Kudos to all midwives who go to work and work wholeheartedly and bring lots of babies. I'd also like to say thank you to Greater Accra Regional Chair and Secretary, yes, Ghana Registered Midwives Association, for always advertising PZ Customs Ghana. And to all the other regions, to their regional chairs also, and national executives, we say thank you for actually telling all mothers in Ghana that no products come closer than PZ Custom products, which we say thank you so much. And to our lovely viewers who don't stop, if I didn't mention your name, you are still my love. We say thank you. We love you. Thousands of kisses for you. You are always here. And we know come 2025, we'll meet again. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Bye.